welcome to the one podcast who eventually rule them all, episode number 180. Big old round number, just like me, big and round. I am the Beast No 4. This episode joined today by Jake, Cody, Devin, but no Jordy. He decided to get out of the kitchen because he couldn't take the heat. We have a great episode lined up for you today. Devin's going to bring you the news. He's probably going to talk about some Nintendo Direct. Got probably some Elden Ring DLC news to talk about as well. Yeah? No? All right, and then we're going to hit the gym, Jake's Power Hour, see what he's playing. And we're going to see what we're all playing. I know Cody's right now in the middle of a game, so he's going to tell us what he's playing.
Also going to talk a little bit about the new D&D subclasses that came out.
Oh, okay. Okay. And then we're going to hit the Shadow Realm, see what the Shadow knows this week.
I'm excited for that.
He's excited for it. We don't know what it is, but we will find out in due time. And then we're going to talk some wrestling. We're going to recap Clash at the Castle. Big Monday Night Raw happened. Big NXT as well happened. And, crimes were committed. So I also have a hot take. So we'll wait for that.
Man. Been missing the hot takes.
And I will not be mean in this episode, even though Devin wants me to, because I love my friends. But before we get into all that, we're going to play Do You Knowuh TOPTERTA. I'm going to ask you guys this question, and we're just going to have a little discussion. So I'm going to ask you this question. We lost a guy near and dear to our wrestling hearts this week.
Yep.
All around great guy, hilarious, great mind for professional wrestling. The big cat Scott Henson, unfortunately,
Rest in peace,
passed away at the age of 40. So I'm gonna ask you guys this question: What's some of your favorite memories of Scott?
him beating the shit out of Steve at Supercard of Destiny. Well, I guess he was beating the shit out of Rick, and Yakuza J was beating the shit out of Steve. Either way.
It was a shared, shared injury.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could say I can point to one specific memory. I was only on a few of the same shows as him. I wasn't a match with him, although I don't remember planning the match at all because there were 16 people in it.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so that's the only time I was in a match with him. We may have only brushed against each other once. I do know we did used to talk a little bit, mid 2010s. Scott Henson, a funny human being. He like no exaggeration, hilarious. One of the funniest people I had ever had the pleasure to meet. Yeah, I don't know, man. I for all the BCW guys really that I met, which are, I guess really it'd only be 3 of them, Makabe, Henson, and Yakuza J.
Yeah.
All.
What about Drew Sarian?
Oh yes, forgot about him. Yes, also 4 great guys. I mean, all of them really, really great, intelligent human beings. Big fans of literally every one of them. Scott, I can't say I have a specific favorite Scott memory. I know I remember, and still to this day, I have a vivid memory of Snow wrestling Scott Henson in a singles match. Love that live. I have not watched it back, I don't think ever. Love that one. And Henson versus Andy. And I think their first match. Great things to watch. I don't know what to say, really. I spent a night with Scott Henson at, I want to say, Rockin's house, of all places.
Isn't it weird who you stayed with, where you stayed at there, like with them?
That was Supercard.
Who you stayed with where?
Was that Supercard?
I think that was Supercard, because I stayed
It had to be, because I only met Rockin's dad one time, and it was that time, and he made us salsa and eggs for breakfast.
Hey, salsa and eggs is good.
I was like, this is a great combination.
Yeah. Like, unthought of good.
But that we spent that night together. Obviously, the other VCW guys were there. I mean, it was a great.
I always
great
wondered
night.
where you stayed that night.
I don't think I was.
you left
I don't
me.
think I was allowed to stay at Olson's house at that
You
time.
left me, and I stayed at the fucking venue. Cody, did you not go to Supercard of Destiny? Supercard of Destiny was in this soccer field.
Oh, I know. I was supposed to go.
South side of Chicago.
Yeah, because that's where the $50 shoes meme came from, right?
Yes. And so a lot of the kids there, I say kids because we were actually kids, most of us, did not have a place to stay because we didn't have enough money for like hotel rooms or anything like that. So we just ended up crashing at the fucking soccer field, and none of the workers said anything. Like they didn't give a fuck. No. It was like me. I remember Iowa was there. That's where me and Iowa became like friends. Arcade Boogie was there. I think Stacy might have been there.
Stacy was definitely there.
I know Stacy was in the at the event. I didn't know if he was stayed there with us.
No. Yeah, Barack Obama.
That's where the
Fat Indiana.
Fat Indiana. Yep. That's where the "Can I draw on you" meme came from.
Yeah. So all that goes to say, I don't have a bad thing I could even say about Scott Henson. Everything's positive, honestly. Great wrestling mind. I do love how much he loves wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was about to say, I don't really have any memories with him like that because I only met him one time in Chicago. And it was like, there were so many people there and like everybody was wanting to talk to everybody. So like, and I wasn't in a match with him. And as we spoke about before, there was this echelon. And Scott and Yakuza J, it wasn't like the cool kids. They were just almost godlike in their aura.
Yeah.
So like I was almost starstruck when I met them. But I talked to him on Facebook a couple times and he was cool. And like just the fact that back in the day, I was a very annoying kid. Devin remembers how bad it was. And so the fact that he even took the time out to reply to me ever, just a nice dude.
Yeah, and one of the greatest collections of wrestling media periods of all time.
I never actually got to really meet or talk with him because I mean by the time that I had got into any of the wrestling forums and stuff, I don't think he was ever around there all that much. But I've literally never heard a single bad thing about him, and like watching all the come up with like the 1, 2, 3 battle stuff and everything was just awesome. Like every time that I saw the dude speak or people speak of the guy, it was like Jake said, like godhood. Like it was an ascended being that was you were happy to be around, and I was kind of sad that I never really got to meet him. But I mean, you could just tell anytime he's on any type of camera, like he has an aura about him for sure. Yeah.
Well, I guess I had the most interaction with him, but like, you know, before like we all, I don't know, got together for super shows, I'd watch all these music videos and shows and stuff. And Scott was like, I don't know, he acted like this big jerk all the time. Like he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm Mr. Cool, I'm the best." And then you like when you meet him, he's like the nicest person ever, funniest guy, of course. Like, just loves cats as well. Like,
does love cats, and who doesn't love a guy that loves cats?
But
like, I love cats.
But like the match with him and Andy, the music video, like indirectly, made me use Prelude as an entrance theme. So I guess in turn he kind of
started your career.
Yeah, with my entrance theme. And then I was fortunate enough to work him in the GBYWN VCW 5-on-5. Like him and all the Canada dudes, they're like spot on with their wrestling and like psychology and all that, top notch. And then I got the honor to work with him one-on-one, and like I don't hardly ever get nervous, and I wasn't nervous wrestling him, but like the fact that I just didn't want to screw up or make him look bad was like my number one thing, and like all he wanted to do was basically make me look like $1,000,000. I mean, I tried my hardest, not make him
Little
look.
did he know he was also working with a genius, so
I didn't want to, make him look terrible, and he's like, "Are you?"
Which is funny because he's probably thinking the same thing.
He's like, "Are you cool with catching me on a dive?" I'm like, "I'm a good catcher, so I'll catch you." So yeah, he squashed me.
How old were you when you wrestled him?
Oh, he did squash you on the well, it was just a tope over the top, wasn't it? Yes, I was
like 21.
Okay.
But then he's like, "You know what? You want to give me a Death Valley driver off the apron onto the grass?"
Oh my god!
I'm like,
I remember that too.
Are you sure, Scott?
What show was this at?
This was a backyard BYF 11.
One there.
So like, he made me look great. The psychology, top notch. And he always, always wanted me to come and wrestle up in Canada or the 3-2-1 stuff. So yeah.
Oh, it's 1. My bad. I thought it was 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Good brother.
Yeah.
We wrestled Dan, and you wrestled Scott. I wrestled Dan same weekend. Your match was much better than mine.
Well, elements.
I was on one leg and the rain. Yeah, so it's fine.
Still a banger.
Scott Henson's great though. Reverberations felt, I think, throughout wrestling. Period.
Yeah, it affected the wrestling world tremendously. Even if you don't even if you just watch pro wrestling, the pro wrestlers that you watch know who Scott Henson is.
I would venture to say anybody who's younger than 50 wrestling right now has probably watched some VCW.
For sure.
Like, yeah, Scott Henson was the catalyst of all of that.
Well,
Most
come on,
matches in VCW history.
That entrance, how could you not get hyped up?
Beyond wrestling?
Yeah, Beyond Wrestling. Yeah.
I mean, I know Drew Sarian, I think, set up a GoFundMe, so we'll link that, and
sure.
They're also trying to PWTs is also trying to get all proceeds from Scott's
go buy a shirt.
Yeah. And on the subject of his GoFundMe, as we record this, they met the goal pretty quickly, which was like I think 7,500. Everything after that, I read on there that they're donating to ASPCA in his name. Everything awesome. Extra. So yes, sir.
Go if you have money, go donate. If not, share it out.
All right.
Love pro wrestling. Love Scott Henson. Rest in peace.
We'll miss you, big cat. All right. Let's hit the news. What you got for us, Mr. Anderson Soccer Man?
Anderson Soccer, Devin Bliss, today, protected by a river witch.
This is TOPTERTA News with lead anchor Devin Bliss.
All right. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero game modes. Okay. Good amount of game modes. Some of them including Episode Battle, which is their single player story stages, which
Singer.
Yeah, Bobby Singer style story stages. Custom Battle. Custom Battle seems pretty cool. You play original battle situations and can make your own original battles with cutscenes. You can share them. You can download them. It's kind of like
that's really cool.
You get on 2K and you can download somebody's like created team and just use it. Yeah, you can do that with these stories.
They did something like that with the GM, or not GM, but the Universe mode, where you can like create promos and shit like that on Universe mode too.
Yeah, except this seems way better than that. Like right down to like you can do everything. You can you can set the percentage at which like a cutscene triggers in the middle of a match and where it will trigger in the middle of a match and
That's
why it
dope.
triggers. And just
So
you
basically,
can,
they put Adobe Photoshop Premiere into fucking Sparking Zero.
yeah. So I expect a lot of
Really
good
cool
content.
fucking clips from that.
A lot of good content to come from that. So I don't know if you ever played like the Dragon Ball, the old Tenkaichi games, at least a couple of them, or well, one at the very least, had like what if scenarios.
Mm-hmm.
And I always loved playing those. Like one of them was what if Zarbon killed Frieza? Always loved that stuff. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for that. That's going to be pretty fun. Multiplayer split screen is only going to be available in the hyperbolic time chamber though. Every other stage is online multiplayer only. And that is because they could not make it so split screen local co-op looked good with the new the new stages and the battle style. That's why only the hyperbolic time chamber. Which doesn't it doesn't really bother me. Like honestly, who really gets together anymore? Like it sucks to say this, but who gets together and plays video games? Like on the couch.
But and the fact that it's even a possibility to do it is cool.
Yeah, it is. So yeah, Elden Ring has sold 25 million units. You're muted. What are we muted? What are we saying?
What?
You're muted. What were we saying?
Did you go over the first and third person in cutscenes?
Oh no, I did
Because
not.
that kind of intrigued me a little bit, you know.
Yeah. So you can switch between first and third person in cutscenes. The only other game I can think this is possible in is Metal Gear Solid. So you can like look through whatever character you are. Say you're Goku. The one they use specifically is Goku when he has Raditz in a full Nelson and he's the special beam cannon is about to be charged at him. And you can look straight up and just look like right down the barrel of the special beam cannon.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
I think you could do that in GTA 5.
It's been so long since I played.
I know you can switch between first and third person in GTA 5.
Yeah, that was 10 years ago.
In the next gen update, you could.
I only played it on PS3.
In last gen's update, so PS4, Xbox One.
Oh man! Any other Dragon Ball news that I may have forgotten?
Sorry to interrupt.
The internet thinks Sean Schimmel accidentally dropped that Super Saiyan 4 is going to be in the game, and I don't know because it's GT and they said no GT. I don't necessarily believe that because I watched the clip and he was just kind of talking in general about like needing to remember voices. And he listed all the Super Saiyan levels
because this is going through like
for
all of Dragon Ball Z, right?
It does Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Super, or Dragon Ball Z and Super.
I thought they actually made GT canon though. Didn't they?
No, it is not. I did. I think Toriyama liked GT, but no, not canon. And even if it is canon, well, no, I still don't see how it'd be canon at this point. Elden Ring sold 25 million units so far. I'm sure it's going to do a couple more with the advent of the DLC coming out. The director said it was the size of Limgrave, right? My sources tell me it's as big as 5 Limgraves.
Stacked atop each other.
So it's gigantic. I think there were 48 bosses you can fight in it. That's just what I read. Just what I read. I don't know. I haven't even booted Elden Ring back up yet. Got another game we'll be talking about, so who knows if we'll have time. But yeah, and Hidetaka Miyazaki, the creator of Elden Ring, also said today or yesterday or sometime recently, he will not allow any layoffs from his studio as long as he's in charge, in the midst of all these mass layoffs. PS5 will soon have the ability to join Discord voice chat directly.
Yeah,
It's
great.
rolling out in the coming weeks.
Hell
So
yeah.
you can already do that on Xbox. It's pretty snazzy. Yeah, so Discord coming to PS5 soon as well. How good of an invention was Discord? Pretty good, wasn't it?
Man.
Very good. Imagine if we all had to use fucking Skype and Zoom still.
Yeah, or what was that one? AIM.
Uvu.
Aim. Uvu. Me and you were the Uvu guys, Devin.
Hey, you know what? I loved Skype. Until like you had to start like paying to do many people at once. Then that's when everybody went to Uvu.
Devin, you know what I just thought of?
I have no idea.
Meebo.
Meebo was great.
Meebo was great.
Meebo was top tier. Best part of Skype was the file sharing. You could just drag a file no matter how big into this. Yep. Great. Speaking of Skype, Madden 25 is getting Team Builder. June 18th trailer was supposed to drop. It did not. There's allegedly a franchise revamp, 2 new commentary teams, making 3 in total. I had planned to tell you more, but that trailer on June 18th, which was Tuesday of the week this comes out, did not come out. So I don't have much more to say, but Team Builder coming, and that's good news.
We're having a trailer for an 11-year-old game.
That's so funny because this is going to be the second Madden 25 coming out because
there was already a Madden 25.
Yeah, what was it, Madden 14?
Yes, I believe so.
I think so.
Yeah, it's the 25th anniversary of Madden.
They really didn't think it through, did they?
They did not. Probably didn't think they were going to make it this far.
Imagine the amount of kids that are like, Mom, Dad, give me Madden 25.
And they're like, all right, son, here's a 13-cent game.
Same amount that went and bought the old Modern Warfare 2 or Modern Warfare 3 or just Modern Warfare.
Nah, the parents now, they'll know. They were there.
Grandpapa, you know.
Yeah, you're right. Papa will have no idea. Speaking of Papas having no idea, the Helldivers developers donate to charity after players chose to save sick kids instead of getting the new what's their thing called?
Oh god.
Major order?
Stratagem. Their stratagem.
Oh.
They chose saving sick kids on a planet for no reward over getting the new stratagem. So the Helldivers developers are donating. Like, it wasn't much really, but I mean, I say not much, but it was over $4,000 donated to charity.
It's not bad for a small independent studio.
Nope. Speaking of sick kids, A Quiet Place is getting a video game adaptation called The Road Ahead.
Okay.
That's all they got. Nothing else.
John Krasinski?
He's dead, so spoiler, probably not.
There was a trailer for it, wasn't there?
All I saw were like pictures. Was there a trailer? Jordy, where are you?
There was a trailer, I could have swore.
Maybe it was.
No.
Well, hey, you're doing
Whatever, man.
Or you got Branson in the back. Make Megan do it. Japanese animation studio Gainax has filed for bankruptcy.
What did they make?
Evangelion.
Oh.
They actually made a lot of stuff. It's all old stuff, so it kind of makes sense. And I kind of dug into this a little more. So they moved from a giant animation studio, or not a giant animation studio. They moved from a big building to an apartment building with a lot of rooms to literally one apartment was doing all of their animation that they. I don't really think they did a lot.
So it's been coming for a while.
Yeah, I don't think they did. Specifically them, Gainax did anything for a while. But they do, like, they were affiliated with Studio Trigger, which made like Kill la Kill, Akame ga Kill, stuff like that.
Okay.
Or not Akame ga Kill. Kill la Kill, and of course I can't remember the other one that looks like that now, but they did some big anime properties like for the present times. So I don't know. I don't think any of those are affected, but it does suck because their animation was like really clean, really well drawn, really detailed. The best way I can describe it, if you don't know what Evangelion looks like, is like if you found an old like VHS of anime, like well drawn, like that dark, gritty coloring, like that's what a lot of their stuff looks like.
Okay.
Sad to see him go, but it is what it is. Power Rangers are coming to Ark Survival Ascended. So if you want the Zords, yep, they're there. There you go.
All right.
I have not bought Ark Survival Ascended. I will not.
I seen them. X-Defiant increase their weapon mastery level requirements. 100 will get you bronze. 150 will get you silver. 200 will get you gold.
Is that the
Yeah.
only way to get fucking skins aside from buying them?
I don't play enough,
I think
so
so.
I'm going to say yeah.
Kind of like Call of
Terrible.
Duty was. Get however many kills or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a lot of levels, though.
Yeah, it's not kills, it's levels. You have to get the gun to level 100 before you can get a single camo.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Damn. Hey, you know, some people are playing like that, though. Could be me. The next Lords of the Fallen game is coming out 2026. Snow, you ever beat Lords of the Fallen?
No. It's a
Tough,
good
huh?
game. Good game though. I need to. I'm gonna have to. I got 2 years though. So
I like that first one. All right. Let's jump in to some Nintendo Directs.
yay.
Nintendo announced a lot of things. I'm going to kind of skim through and we can stop and talk about whatever we want because we're going to start off because we're going to drop a big one that Chongo's already loving. I mean, Jacob's already loving.
Zelda?
Mario
No.
Party.
No, brother.
Mario Luigi.
Yeah, Mario and Luigi Brothership was announced for the Switch. Yeah, the game looks kind of fun, to be honest, you know?
It's a Mario game. Of course, it's gonna be fun.
It is. Yeah.
Of course it's gonna be fun.
Stupid little fun.
You're so upset.
I'm
Yeah.
not upset.
So upset. Look at him. Just upset it. Anyway, we'll have
No,
fun.
honestly, the Brothership game did look kind of fun. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna bust the Switch out for it. I might.
You should. You got to bust it wide open for it.
I haven't touched my Switch since I moved back, so.
Amazing. Also announced was the Nintendo World Championship NES edition. This is kind of cool. It's not for me. Let me just say that. But it'll allow you to do like speed runs and things like that, like all in the game. So I'm thinking whatever game you want, if there's a world championship for that type of thing, I don't really know how to explain it. But the best way I can explain it is you can do speed runs on it and some other stuff. World Championship NES edition. Fairy Tail 2 action RPG was announced. I didn't know there was a first Fairy Tail action RPG. This one did look it looked fun. If you like Fairy Tail, it did look fun. Fantasian Neo Dimension was announced. This looks like a Final Fantasy game. It's made by the Final Fantasy guys. I don't know much more about it, but it is that style. It's a turn-based combat like that. Nintendo Switch Sports is adding basketball. And I think this is great.
Hell yeah.
This actually looked really fun. They got even the jumpers in it. They look clean. They look good. I might play with that a little bit.
What's 2K? Never heard of it.
Nah, we're Nintendo Switch basketball. Snow mentioned earlier new Mario Party Jamboree, 7,000 Mario characters in one. Like I said, a lot of new games. If you're into Mario Party, I'm sure you'll like it. It is Mario Party.
Busting at the seams for it.
Another
I saw that you
sports
can play with
game.
20 people.
New sports game. Looney Tunes Sports
Oh,
also looked fun. You didn't see this?
I did not.
Had the Looney Tunes out there playing basketball as the only thing they showed, really. I think I also saw some tennis in there, stuff like that. Yeah, so Looney Tunes Sports coming to the Switch.
Oh yeah.
Suffering succotash.
Yeah. Farmagia, another game announced. It is a monster tamer. It looks like Fairy Tale. Looked also kind of like a life sim. You have to grow plants and stuff to feed your animals. You can fuse the animals together to make big animal. You can also attack with like hundreds of them at once. Like it was like the clip they showed was like a sheep herder sicking all of his sheep on one dragon.
Yeah,
It's pretty much what it looked like.
sounds fantastic.
Yeah, it looked like stupid kind of fun. I may give it a small shot, like I've given all those other like Nexomon and stuff like
Power
that.
World and
Yeah, we'll see.
I don't know. You gave Power World a good try.
Power World I gave the biggest try.
You got a whole ass new console for it.
Yeah, Power World was fun. It really
It was.
until it was like, all right, I need something
Until it
else to
wasn't.
do. Yeah, like I need more to do. I need
Are
something.
you gonna try the new island out?
Yeah, I was thinking about it. I mean, no reason not to.
Yeah,
Until like I have to do nothing but farm.
right. That's the part about the game that I was also like, okay, I'm done now. When
Like,
it became a chore to get on.
I had nothing left to do, no monsters left to kill. All I had was like, I'm gonna build a castle.
Right.
So I built a castle that took up the whole like area, the safe area. And
Yeah.
then I was like, oh, I guess I'm done.
Like, could you breed your fucking pals to get perfect stats? Sure, but like,
Didn't care to
cares?
do that at all. Like we're not fighting them. There's no PvP.
Exactly. They're adding that, I heard.
I think I saw that too. Yeah. Yeah, so maybe there'll be a reason to get back in, but then like I could just I don't know. We'll
Play
see.
Pokemon.
Donkey Kong Country Returns HD.
Ooh.
All the levels you love, some new ones, and the levels from the 3DS game, all coming to Donkey Kong Country Returns HD.
Okay.
7 games are coming all in one game called Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection. It's not all Marvel vs. Capcom games. Some other fighting games as well. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is in there, which is a big hit. So, yeah. Probably get that. Probably play a little bit. You ever played some Marvel vs. Capcom 2? Fun stuff. I forget what the other games are. Oh, no. So one of them is the Punisher game. So there's some side scroller, like Super Nintendo type games, stuff like that. Pretty much all the same game, different skins. Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. John goes into that as well. That's really all I have to say about it. Darkest Dungeon 2 also coming. This one so this game, I had no idea how to play when I was a kid. I couldn't figure it out. Had no direction, no idea what to do when I was young. Turok is coming in the Nintendo 64 expansion pack. It's actually on there now.
Oh.
So if you ever wanted to play Turok, give it a shot. Perfect Dark also coming before the re-release of Perfect Dark. And Perfect Dark also being supported by supported with online multiplayer. So, whatever. And Jacob's favorite, what he tried to start this off with. The Legend of Zelda, Echoes of Wisdom, looks exactly like the remake of Pokemon Diamond and Pearl.
It does.
And they're coming with a new Switch Lite, even though the next Switch is coming out soon.
It's the same developers that made the Link's Awakening or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and with that, that's all the news I have.
Well, you didn't even talk about the biggest part of the Zelda game.
Oh, sorry, what I miss?
You play as Zelda.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that went over my head.
Yeah, you play as Zelda. Link, you're saving Hyrule and trying to get Link back this time.
I'm
Oh
sorry.
yeah.
Can't wait to play that.
Not using no sword. She has her own mystical staff type deal that does magic and shit like that.
That sounds
That's
great. Wasn't there like a Ace Attorney one? Whatever.
Oh yes. There was the Phoenix Wright, isn't that it?
Are those games any good? Because I've been,
I
Intrigued.
played
never-
the first one. I played the first one and it was like
Isn't
I
it's
started
just
playing
like
it.
it's like a text
It's a text-based game where you're playing as a did you play LA Noire?
Yeah. It's like
Did
that.
you like the detect
Is that
where
what
you
it
have to
is?
you have to read through their lies and try to figure out if they're innocent or guilty. Literally play as an attorney.
That's hilarious. I don't want to do that. I have to work with one, and he won't shut the fuck up. So
Was that all your news?
I knew you were going to say that. So yes,
Are you serious right now? Hey, I
I tried to summarize.
I
but
hate
yes.
to bring and start this with some bad news, but bad and sad news, I guess. Nancy McKenzie has passed away.
Who's that?
The voice of Marge Simpson.
Oh, rest in
Oh.
peace.
See, all right. Since we're on this subject, I had written down. It's in my notes. Rest in peace, Jerry West. But I didn't feel right saying that, seeing as how we started off the podcast.
Jerry West passed away as well.
Yeah, rest in peace,
R.I.P.
Jerry West.
Better known as the NBA logo.
The NBA
Yep.
logo.
Another great one. Willie Mays passed away, age of 93.
Yep.
That sucks. He's a lot older than I thought, though.
Yeah. It's been a tough week for
Comes in threes.
that was 4.
Comes in fours.
Got
So
an extra one.
you guys want to see or hear the top 10 games played?
Absolutely.
Period.
Like of all time?
No, like from last few weeks.
Oh yeah.
Minecraft at number 10, still holding strong. Destiny 2,
Yeah.
Caleb's favorite game. Madden
sense.
24, X Defiant, Jake's favorite Roblox, Multiversus, GTA 5, 2K, Fortnite, and of course Call of Duty for the PlayStation.
Huh.
Xbox has basically the same, just different order. Rainbow Six is on there. On
I always
Steam.
forget that's a game.
On Steam, Dead by Daylight, headed by Cody. Call of Duty, Dota 2, Multiversus, Baldur's Gate 3, Rocket League, Elden Ring, Destiny 2, Helldivers 2, and of course, Counter-Strike 2.
Do love me some Rocket League.
You love it, don't you? More Elden Ring news ahead of the release, I guess when this comes out today. It's the highest rated DLC of all time, overtaking Witcher 3 Blood and Wine, according
Wow.
to Metacritic.
Wow.
So
Blood and Wine was really well received.
I want to speak on this DLC scoring system. So Elden Ring got a perfect, or I'm sorry, Shadow of the Erdtree got a perfect score on like everything
Right.
I
except Eurogamer.
was going to get
Okay.
to that.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Blood and Wine got a 92, and Shadow of the Erdtree got a 95. So, if you've played Blood and Wine, Elden Ring's
Blood
gonna be
and
better
Wine
than
was fucking good.
that. And of course, like Devin said, Eurogamer, I think the only people to not give Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree a perfect score, they gave it a 3 out of 5 because it was too hard.
Ah!
Yeah, that's
Oh.
pretty much what brother said.
Here's a quote. Here's a little snippet of what they said. This, however, feels like difficulty for difficulty's sake turned up to 11, perhaps because the added expectations of a DLC having something extra absurd to conquer even though it technically doesn't require finishing the core game. I go through dozens of deaths over a period of several days, and despite taking breaks to go off and do other things and explore other areas, I realize that I just don't want to do this anymore.
So he doesn't like Soulsborne games.
Yeah. So I think, listen, I'm gonna say something controversial yet brave.
Go on, King.
I think if you're gonna review a game, I think everybody who's reviewing a game should like the game. Like,
or at least
you,
like the genre.
yes, if you're going to give it I want to if you're going to say in your review, I want to do something else, give your review to somebody else.
If you're gonna if you have a clear bias against
yes,
the game you're
that's
playing.
what I'm saying. Like if you are clearly it was too hard for that person, so give it to another one of your partners.
If you're a guy if you're somebody that's into like a Souls game,
yeah,
play that.
Give it to somebody who because yeah, because if you asked me to sit down and review Cuphead, I'm
gonna give it a terrible review.
Yeah, that's not my kind of game.
It's a Souls game.
Yeah, it's also like a platforming side scroller. It's not for me.
Whereas
I wouldn't even
give that game a 10 out of 10.
I wouldn't even want to review something like Sonic. Sonic's not for me. There are plenty of people who Sonic is for. Minecraft. Right. Minecraft's a great example. I think Minecraft is mind-numbingly dumb. But my boys love it.
Clip that.
You love it.
Yeah, put that in the YouTube short, bitch. Minecraft sucks balls.
All right.
And so does Animal Crossing.
There it is.
Yeah, go fish and give your money to that fucking raccoon. Or whatever Tom Nook is, a weasel. I don't know. I don't play that fucking game. Dumbass.
Played Stardew Valley?
I haven't played. You played Disney Dreamlight Valley?
I have.
How's that?
It's fine.
All right.
Yeah, that's how I felt.
My last bit of news before Devin goes off.
Hey, I'm done. No, we're done. I'm done.
Step off your little pedestal. The official Elden Ring manga is currently on a little break while the creator plays Shadow of Erdtree.
Nice.
I forgot, so I knew there was a manga. Just forgot.
Love that for him.
Let me check the old sites here.
But hey, that's all the news for me and Devin.
Hey, that's a good news. That's a good news.
Shout out, unfortunately, to the Boston Celtics.
No, we're not shouting them out. We don't like that.
Is Jason
Celtics.
Tatum
a loser?
Yes, absolutely.
Cringy?
Oh,
yes.
Yeah. You saw it. We did it. We did it!
Okay.
It did his best to be Kevin Garnett. Did his best to be Steph Curry.
I guess we'll never know.
Yeah.
What a shame.
Who else did he do?
Kyrie showed up one game out of the whole series, and they won.
I know.
But
man,
Nembhard averaged more points against the Celtics than Kyrie did.
Hey, we'll get him next time. The Edmonton Oilers are still alive.
Wonder why. Wonder what willed them to those wins.
Connor McDavid.
Nah, I was thinking something else.
All right, it's time to head to the gym in Jake's Power Hour. I get it.